Hello friends and welcome back to ArtistsMindset. I'm your host Martina, and today's episode is for anybody who ever felt like they are falling behind or floating through life without any structure. So I've recently spent 2 weeks, probably more, but I think it was like 2 weeks, reorganizing my room, my space, and also my routines. And I've noticed a huge shift in my body and my mind, and also how it reflected on my work as an artist. And that's why I wanted to share with you my experience today and some of my thoughts and considerations about it, because I think it's really important to have structures and routines, and sometimes to also be your own parent, because I really think it only reflects the love that you have for yourself. So, without further ado, let's get into the episode. Hello and welcome back. So, today I want to do maybe something a little bit different, maybe not. I've recorded a lot of episodes, honestly, and they're all different. So, I guess it might be different than the overall vibe, but I still think it's gonna fit in very well. So, first of all, it's been half a year with this podcast, more than half a year, which is crazy. And in the past few months, I've been a bit of a mess. And let me explain. I really want to be honest, and I want to sort of come back to sharing my own experience as an artist and being real and honest with you as my audience, and also maybe for someone who might get inspired. So I am a person that loves routines and structure. I love structure. I need to have an overview. It's just how my brain works. And I don't think there is anything wrong with that. I truly think that if you want to succeed, you need some kind of structure. And in the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been creating that new structure. So I've reorganized my whole room. I've made my new calendars. I've got a new planner and everything. And now I feel like I'm finally on track. And I just wanted to share with you this experience because I've really noticed how, first of all, in the past 2 weeks, as I was living in that mess in my room, because things were sort of all over the place, like the stuff that needed to get out were still in my room, but I could not throw them out because I needed to get new stuff. I'm talking about furniture right now, so it makes sense. And it was very difficult, but now finally I got towards the end of it. I have new shelves, I have new cupboards, I have new table, and I'm super happy. And I have new calendar, so I've really noticed the shift, first of all with my space, because I truly believe that our mind or our space reflects our mind. And if our space is a bit messy, then our mind cannot be very grounded and peaceful, right? So that's number one thing. But the other thing that I've really noticed, and I'm really grateful that I finally got to this point of being so organized that I feel finally good about it, is my calendar. And that's one of the things that I've truly struggled with since, I can tell you, May, June maybe, so like 2 months or 3 months, because things just fell between the lines and I've never made the time. I'm taking full responsibility. I haven't made the time to sit down and do my calendar. And, you know, I wanted to share this because sometimes we might feel like we are falling behind, and we might feel like there is not enough time. There is no time to sit down and actually do all the work. But what I wanted to remind you is if you really want to achieve something, and this can be your goals, it can be reorganizing your space, it can be making new calendar, whatever it is, you need to be organized because you need to see if you are following through and reaching your milestones and achieving your sort of mini goals. But the thing is, you don't have to do it all at once. Like the same way when you're working on a project or you try to achieve something, or I don't know, maybe run a marathon or whatever it is, you're not going to go from one day to another from 0 to 100, right? So the same way, and I think this is so important, the same way, if you want to reorganize your life and your space, please just sit down and write down whatever it is that you want to achieve or reorganize, and make the time to do it, because guys, I can't explain how good it feels once your space is organized and once your time is organized, so that when you actually have free time, you don't feel like you're procrastinating or falling behind or being stressed about, oh, have I done all my tasks? No, you can just enjoy your free time because you know you have that free time to spare, you know? Because you keep a track of your tasks and things you have to do. So, if you want to reorganize yourself and your life, you also don't have to do it all at once. Again, you can just sit down and say, okay, today I'm just going to make my calendar for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to write down when do I work, when do I do my hobbies, when do I do whatever. And that's the beginning. And slowly, you can begin to reorganize all the aspects. And it's gonna get harder before it gets easier, to be honest. But it's so worth it, really. And I know that in my case, it was laziness that made me fall behind. I also think I was a bit burned out. But still, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to postpone things and not do them, because it's so stressful to look into your calendar and see so much free time, because, okay, in my case, I have 2 jobs, and then I have like freelance projects and my own stuff like this podcast or my own workshops. But if I never put in my calendar when to work on them, then it becomes really stressful, because I don't know if I'm doing enough or if I'm not, and then I end up doing nothing or doing too much, but still not feeling good and feeling stressed. So organize your time. It's really worth it. It's really worth to be your own parent, I think. And it just gives you so much peace of mind. So don't give up, and don't feel bad if you feel like maybe you have too much structure or routines and maybe you are a little bit rigid about them, because I know we are artists, but, and this is scientifically proven, even if you put time to be creative, you're going to be much more creative when you have that time, when you have that structure, than if you have no structure at all, because if you don't have structure and routine, you're probably going to get stressed. And if you're stressed, you can't be creative. So I would end on this note, and I hope that this episode wasn't too confusing or too unclear for you. I'm trying to still find my own voice, if I'm totally honest, as a podcaster, because I like this format. But it's also awkward if you think about it. I'm sitting alone in my room talking to a camera. So, yeah, please be patient with me. I'm really trying. I'm also still learning about all the audio and video stuff. But yeah, now I have a structure and now I have routines. So let's hope that I stick to them and I make it work and actually improve this podcast. I really appreciate all of you that support me, that follow me, that come to my events or reach out through comments or DMs or anywhere on any platforms that I have. It's always super nice and it's always really supportive and inspiring also for me to create. So thank you so much, and I hope to see you in the next episode, and I'll do my best to make them more interesting. That's all from me. I hope you enjoyed it and have a beautiful start of the day, start of the week, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.